Now that we know how to create blocks, let's see how we can use blocks to our advantages. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use blocks, and let's take a look at my screen here. I've got an architectural example here. This is a proposed medical office. I'm going to zoom a little. And I want to show you that all these furnitures, all these are created using blocks. For example, this desk here, this one, and pretty much all of these. I'm going to press escape. Using block, we can add any kind of furnitures to this drawing very easily and quickly. For example, if I need a desk here, I can insert a desk. If I need a plant here, I can insert a plant. Pretty much anything that is going to be repeated, I can create a block from that and insert any number of that in my drawing. Now, for example, I want to insert a table here, or an exam table. For that, I'm going to go to the insert icon and here select the exam table. Now I made a lot of these blocks here that we can use any one of these. These are actually all the objects that I know that I am going to need to insert more than 1 and 2. That means many of them, and I made blocks from those. Now I need AutoCAD to ask me for the insertion point and rotation point. I'm going to click OK. Insert it right here. Here, that's great. Another advantage that we can have with using blocks, as I've mentioned already, is that copying and moving those blocks are much easier than the real geometries. For example, now I've made a exam table here. I need a one of these plants there. I'm going to launch the copy command. I'm going to select this, right click from some point right there to insert one right here. Press escape. Now I need some of these as well. I'm going to launch the copy and select those, right click. I'm going to pick it from this endpoint and copy it to this endpoint. Press escape. Now you notice that this exam table here has a different color than some of the objects here. Now we're going to talk about in just a minute. I'm going to zoom out a little, and we're going to talk about the blocks best practices. The first one is that we have to create a table for any different blocks. For example, let's take a look at my layers here. I've made a layer. I've made layers for all kind of blocks. For example, furniture, plants, plumbing fixtures. Now all my furniture blocks are on my furniture layer. All my plants blocks are on my plants layer, and others the same way. Let's press escape now. Now another good form of practice is when we create a block, it's better to create a use a geometry that it's on layer 0. Now we're going to take a look at that right now. I'm going to create a block using this chair. This represents a chair here. As you see, this is currently on layer 0, the default layer. I'm going to press escape. I'm going to create a block. Let's give it a name, and we'll call it the guest chair. Let's pick a point here. Now we don't need to be very exact. It's furniture. Let's select the objects, right click, let's delete it and press OK. Now we need a guest chair right here in this office. Now, as I said, I'm practicing good form here, so before creating that or inserting that block, I'm going to create a layer for that. This layer. Now, this is not necessary to create a layer just for a guest chair, because the guest chair is part of furniture. Now we could create that in furniture layers. Doing this just for this demonstration here, and to call it guest chairs, and give it a color of red. Okay, now let's select that as our current layer, guest chairs right there. Let's insert that block to pick the guest chair. That's great. Okay, right here, put it right there. Great. Now, as you see, this chair is red. That's because it's accepting the properties of the layer that it's been created on, and that's because we created that block when that geometry was on layer 0. That's a very powerful concept there. Now I'm going to insert another one of these chairs. I'm going to, in this example, select the furnitures. Okay, we're going to insert that guest chair. Take a look at there. See, that is green here, and that means we can have a block with different colors, and that could be an alarm for us that we're creating that block or inserting that block on a wrong layer. Let's put this on the furniture layers, as this on guest chairs. That's great, but let's put it on the furniture layers. Now, as we talked about that, let's select this, and as you see, this has been inserted on the plumb and fixtures layer. I'm going to change that to furnitures here. That is great. Use blocks in your advantage. Anytime you have repeated geometry in your drawing, that's a perfect opportunity to use blocks. Now, using blocks in this drawing have more control on all the furnitures and other objects that are converted to blocks.